when you start to think too much about yourself, then you become into the state of Vyog. Vyog. Vyog is, it's my story. Vyog is, it's my story. And Yog is, it is the cosmic story. ये कहानी मेरी नहीं, ये कहानी मेरी नहीं, है दास्तां तेरी, है दास्तां तेरी. The easiest experience is the experience of Shiva. The easiest experience is experience of Brahm. Difficult is when your sansar comes in. Sansar is very difficult. Because you have to see, यार फलाने ने आ गलत नहीं कहती, फलाने ने आ गल नहीं कहती, मैं आ पाया फलाना की कहूँ, मैं आ खादा फलाना की कहूँ. Basically, you're saying that you're constant chattering in the mind.
Right, exactly.
Right? How to stop that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We will do a small experiment on that. Okay. Just inhale.
Yeah.
Inhale. And exhale. Now exhale more. Exhale more. Exhale. Exhale more. Exhale more. Okay. Hold. Exhale completely and hold.
Please like, share and subscribe to our channel, Alpha People. And don't forget to comment. Do a lot of comment. Comment, comment and comment. Please like, share, subscribe.
So योगी जी, अभी हमने बड़ी डिटेल में बड़ा डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग की कि व्हाट इज गुरु, व्हाट इज वाहेगुरु. सो अभी एक पॉइंट आता है कि ये सब चीज़ों को करने के लिए जो प्रैक्टिसेस हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं, एक टाइप से दीज आर ऑल पार्ट ऑफ आवर एंशिएंट टेक्निक्स, वी कॉल इट योग. सो हम व्हाट वी विल से अंडरस्टैंड इज the physical activities we do, is that yoga?
Yeah.
Or the kind of meditation we do, is that yoga? Or yoga is everything?
Yeah. So the totality is in total union. You see, even now at this moment, our breath is in union like that. The whole cosmos, if you look around, everything is in union. But when we start to think about ourselves too much, we come out of this union. We become individual.
Right.
Becomes Jiva instead of becoming Shiva. Yoga is to return back to that unity. The whole cosmos, the sun is rising, the flowers are blooming, the rivers are flowing. Look around, everything is in perfect union. Kate na vade, kataya vadaya. ना घाट है ना बाट है ना घाट बाट होता है. It is neither becoming more, neither becoming less. It is complete as it is. आद पूर्ण, मध्य पूर्ण, अंत पूर्ण परमेश्वर है. Everything is in संपूर्ण, पूर्णता. This पूर्णता as it is, without your involvement, is yoga. This whole thing is yoga. When you start to think too much about yourself, then you become into the state of Vyog. Vyog. Vyog is, it's my story. Vyog is, it's my story. And Yog is, it is the cosmic story. ये कहानी मेरी नहीं, ये कहानी मेरी नहीं, है दास्तां तेरी, है दास्तां तेरी. So when we forget our story, जरा देख मैनू, जरा देख मैनू, मैं तां हां शीशा. जरा देख मैनू, मैं तां हां शीशा. ਉਹਦੀ ਦੀਦ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਬਾਦ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਹਦੀ ਦੀਦ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਬਾਦ ਹੋਇਆ. ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ਾ ਹਾਂ. ਜਦੋਂ ਉਸ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ 'ਚ ਹਲਚਲ ਆਈ, ਤੇ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ 'ਚ ਨਾ ਵੇਂਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ. जब कुछ ना था तो खुदा था, कुछ ना होता तो खुदा होता. डुबोया मुझे होने ने, डुबोया मुझे होने ने, मैं ना होता तो क्या होता.
क्या
वो कॉस्मिक रियलाइजेशन कि मैं ना था वो आप थे. हम और वो एक ही घर में रहते हैं, हम और वो एक ही घर में रहते हैं मगर ताजुब पर ताजुब है कि मिलने को तरसते हैं। कौन हूं मुझे जानता कोई नहीं, मौजूद हूं मैं हर जगह पहचानता कोई नहीं। जिसने देखा ऐसे देखा वैसे देखा, पहचानो अपने आप को, बस आप ही तो आप हो। पहचानो अपने आप को, बस आप ही तो आप हो। मैं नहीं लेकिन हूं मैं नहीं लेकिन हूं मैं, ये जानता कोई नहीं। हूं हुआ खुदा हुआ, हूं हुआ खुदा हुआ। मेरी मैं ने तेथों जुदा रखिया, मेरी मैं ने तेथों जुदा रखिया। आ है ब्रह्म, पर मेरी मैं ने तेथों जुदा रखिया। मैनू बंदा ते तैनू खुदा रखिया। जद मैं ते तू दी हद मुक गई, फिर बंदा की ते मौला की। Oh, that oneness that we can experience without our story. Actually, it's only either your story or either not your story. That's it. So when you don't have a story and you're one with totality, that is called yoga. And when you are constantly indulging in your story, that is Vyog. That is yoga, union. Yeah, and that can be done through dancing. Mira, dance. It can be done sitting in the caves of the Himalayas. Every cave of the Himalayas have a story of some yogi sitting and experiencing this oneness. It can be done sitting in the forest. It can be done sitting on a yoga mat. It can be done sitting under your roof. Bas hum hua, khuda hua. Sometimes you go all the way up to the caves, but still our story is there. ਕਈਆਂ ਜਾਗਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਭਾਗ ਸੁੱਤੇ, ਕਈਆਂ ਜਾਗਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਭਾਗ ਸੁੱਤੇ, ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਭਾਗ ਲਾਉਂਦਾ ਪਈਆਂ ਸੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਕਈਆਂ ਜਾਗਦੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਭਾਗ ਸੁੱਤੇ, ਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਭਾਗ ਲਾਉਂਦਾ ਪਈਆਂ ਸੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਕਈ ਚੁੰਮਦੀਆਂ ਸਿਰ ਦਾ ਤਾਜ ਤੇਰਾ, ਕਈ ਚੁੰਮਦੀਆਂ ਸਿਰ ਦਾ ਤਾਜ ਤੇਰਾ, ਤੇ ਕਈ ਲੋਚਣ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਤੇ ਬੁੱਲੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਰਮ ਹੋਵੇ, ਹੱਥ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਵਰਗਾਂ ਵਾੜ ਦੇਵੇ ਕੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ, the grace of the Guru, the grace of the spontaneous oneness which exists in the here and now. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਉਹ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਹੋ ਜੇ ਨਾ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੋ ਜੇ, ਉਹ ਹੱਥ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਸ਼ਤਾਂ ਵਾੜ ਦੇਵੇ ਕੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਜਿਨ ਕੋ ਨਦਰ ਕਰਮ ਤਿਨ ਕਾਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਨਦਰੀ ਨਦਰ ਨਿਹਾਲ। So that is yoga.
योगी जी, जब हम मेडिटेशन करते हैं, एक्चुअल हमारी लाइफ में क्या डिफरेंस आता है? क्या जरूरी है मेडिटेशन करना?
हाँ, you use the word meditation, but the original word in this land of the Himalayas is dhyan.
Yes, right.
ध्यान। So ध्यान करना ज़रूरी है ना? तो ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾ ਆਮ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੇ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਨਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾ ਤੁਰ, ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾ, ਹੈ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ। ਸੋ ਧਿਆਨ is the ordinary experience of awareness which is happening every moment. Ordinarily, we are not aware of this. Dhyan gets lost in your inner interpretation about life. Okay? So there is dhyan,
Right.
but then dhyan gets lost. The Guru says, Pancha ka gur ek dhyan. The five senses, panch jo indriyan hai, five senses, Pancha ka gur ek dhyan. The Guru or the guiding force of the five senses is dhyan. So dhyan is the Guru here. When dhyan gets lost in your interpretation of life, that is samsara, that is sansar.
Okay.
Sansar.
Samsar and samsara. These are two
Yeah,
different
I mean the
terms.
same thing, you know,
Okay.
sansar and samsar,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
Sanskrit and
Yeah.
Prakriti. So when your dhyana gets lost in the inner interpretation about the movement of life, that is called sansar. When the dhyana sees the reality without the interpretation of your story, direct perceiving of the reality, the Guru says, Jaisa sa taisa drishtaya. Experience it as it is, not based on your interpretation about it. Because based on your story, your interpretation will be different from the other person.
That's right.
So have you really experienced it, or did your story experience it? You understand?
Yes, right.
So when your story experience it, it is called sansar.
Okay.
And when your story for a moment dissolves and dhyan, pure alertness and awareness, pure awakening happens, for the first time you will see rivers flowing without your interpretation. You will see birds flying without your interpretation. You will see a tree without your interpretation. And if you can start seeing a tree without your interpretation, you will bow to it. It's so beautiful life. If you see a river without your story, you have no choice but to bow to it. When you see the bigness of the mountain without your interpretation, you have no choice but to bow. This is how mountains became sacred. This is how trees became sacred. This is how ordinary rivers became Ganga and Jamuna. Because we saw it without our story. The problem is today we are still seeing Ganga with our story. That's why Ganga has been polluted. We are seeing Jamuna with our story. That's why Jamuna is polluted. We see the mountains with our story. That's why mountains have become polluted. We go there. We see it with our story. At the end of that story, we leave all the garbage behind. We pollute the rivers. We pollute the forest. We pollute the mountains because we are seeing it with a story. You can be closing your eyes and sitting 2.5 hours every day and thinking you are meditating. But if you have not learned to respect the mountains and see the mountains as they are, the trees as they are, and the rivers as they are, and the nature as it is, you have not yet even touched a bit of what dhyana is. Dhyana will make you so aware, so conscious. You will know what is right and what is wrong. You will never make mistakes if you are in dhyana, if you are in meditation.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
these mistakes are, I'm talking about your relationship with the cosmos. And that is, I repeat, because our rishis, our gurus, our masters, our yogis saw the reality without their story, without the 5 senses, and they directly assessed the dhyana, panchanka, gur ek dhyan. They connected with that guiding force, which is dhyana, direct perceiving of the cosmos. That is called meditation, which do not necessarily need you to close your eyes. If you can close your eyes, it's beautiful. It has a meaning, but it is not limited to a yogic posture. It is not limited to a certain mantra. It is not limited to the closing of the eyes. Yet, through the mantra that can be obtained, through the posture that can be obtained, and through the eyes it can be obtained. So that is dhyana. Meditation, when we translate, we misinterpret. We miss the whole energy and the essence that comes with the word dhyana. So that is dhyana, that is meditation. To perceive jaisa sa taisa drishtaya. To see the reality as it is, to experience the reality as it is. Even for a day, my friend, just for one day, go somewhere quiet and tell yourself, for the next 1 minute, I'm going to experience this reality without my story. It's so simple. It is so easy. The easiest experience is the experience of Shiva. The easiest experience is experience of Brahm. Difficult is when your sansar comes in. Sansar is very difficult.
Right.
Because you have to see, यार फलाने ने आ गलत नहीं कहती, फलाने ने आ गल नहीं कहती, मैं आ पाया फलाना की कहूँ, मैं आ खादा फलाना की कहूँ.
Exactly. That is the thing.
I share a joke with you. So I have a very long beard.
Okay.
To make things easier, I put it under my, this t-shirt, right? A few days ago, somebody commented, "Oh, you have trimmed your beard." दुनिया ਨੂੰ कितना खुश रखिए, है ना? When you start living according the way world wants you to live, or you have experienced your truth and you want to live your truth.
Yeah.
So that is what dhyana is all about, to experience the reality. I repeat myself, just find a beautiful place. Even if you cannot find a beautiful place, find a noisy place, sit there and tell yourself for the next 1 minute. If that is too difficult, 24 seconds. That is too much, even for 5 seconds. Sit and tell yourself, I'm going to sit without my story. This is dhyana. This is Shiva. Awakened awareness. It is not polluted by your emotions. It's not polluted by your story. That purity is called Brahm.
Nice, very nice. So, अभी जैसे आप बता रहे थे, you wear this dress, and is there any story like you always wear same kind of dress?
Yeah. This is the color of the Suryavanshis.
Okay.
The gurus, the 10 gurus. They all belong to the Suryavanshi lineage. Guru Gobind Singh, during his time, he realized that the Mughals were destroying the ancient wisdom tradition of this land. The Mughals were destroying, the invaders were destroying the entire wisdom that has been handed down for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Universities were being destroyed, schools were being destroyed. And on the other hand, the wisdom holders, they were not giving it to ordinary people.
Yeah.
That
was true.
Yeah, so ordinary people cannot receive this wisdom. So both sides, the wisdom was declining. So Guru Gobind Singh realized that this wisdom of our ancient sages must not be lost. At Paonta Sahib,
Yeah.
Guru Gobind Singh handpicked 5 of his students at the bank of the Jamuna.
Yeah.
The Guru sat with 52 poets in those days, and he preserved all the ancient wisdom into, Prakirti, into Punjabi and, Lok Bhasha. He translated Mahabharata, he translated Bhagavad Gita, he translated the Upanishads, and much more. And at that time, Guru Gobind Singh handpicked 5 of his close disciples. It is in the history. And Guru Gobind Singh gave them this color.
Okay.
The sutra is, Geru ke bastra chipi Rudraksh jaji Singh paravan aap kare. The Guru gave them Rudraksha, he gave them the saffron clothes and a chippi which the sadhus hold. And he told them, go to Banaras, which was the center of learning in those days.
Okay.
So these 5 students of the Guru went to Banaras, to Kanchi, and for 12 years they stayed in a location known as Chetan Mat. And they mastered all the ancient wisdom and the technology of this land, specifically the 6 philosophical schools of India, Khat Darshan it is called. And the Guru talks about it in the Guru Bani, She Kar, She Guru, She Upadesh. There are 6 philosophies, there are 6 teachers, and there are 6 siddhants. So they mastered this and they came back. And Guru Gobind Singh called them, you are my Nirmalas. Nirmala, Nirmal, Mal se rahat. Mal to rahat ho gaye je tusi. Tusi Brahma nu jaan liya hai. And you start sharing this wisdom with the entire humanity. Then from that 5 disciples of the Guru came this lineage known as Nirmal Samprada.
Yeah.
Nirmal Samprada. And in this Nirmal Samprada, many great sadhus, took birth. As some of you may know, Sant Baba Atar Singh Ji, Baba Ishar Singh Ji, Rada Sahib, Baba Nand Singh Ji, Nanak Sar. These are all Nirmale sadhus. So this is the color of the Nirmala sadhus. I belong to this tradition. I have received these colors from the present head, who's known as Sri Mahant Swami Gyan Dev Singh Ji. So he's the present head of this entire lineage. So in my search, as I mentioned, I met with many beautiful sages. So when I met with him, he says, you need to wear these colors. And these are the color of the sun, the color of the radiance, the colors of those who glow.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing these colors.
That is interesting.
हाँ जी.
So योगी जी, अभी एक चीज़ मेरे माइंड में आ रही है जब हम इतना कुछ डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि जब हम मेडिटेशन करते हैं, we talk about the spirituality, and still there are things like depression, negativity, anxiety.
Yeah.
So can all these be treated with the help of all these things?
Yes. As I mentioned, I'm part of the whole team, and many researches are being done all over the world on dhyan, on meditation, on yoga, on postures, on asanas, and everything. This whole yogic wisdom of the Himalayan tradition, this is the future. And the whole world of science is moving towards this now.
Just explain more in detail, like how can it be treated?
Yes, I will share some of these.
Impact of meditation on
haan
these
ji.
things.
So
Yeah,
I will share very simple techniques, although there are 8.4 million kriyas, there are 8.4 million mudras, there are 8.4 million mantras, there are 8.4 million postures, and I can go on and on and on. 8.4 million types of pranayam and 8.4 million lifetimes.
नहीं, थोड़ा सा बताओ आप, ताकि सभी लोग उसको समझें कुछ points.
So to keep it simple,
Yeah.
that which is the closest to you, your
Okay.
Pavan Guru can take you out of pain and take you out of all the problems that you have, and this has been researched. Start changing the rate of your breath.
Okay,
Number one. So one day just sit and see how many breath you take in 1 minute, and then consciously start to change the rate of your breath.
Can you give me some example, like how we do
For
it?
example, you inhale to the count of maybe 10, and then you hold for the count of 10, and then you exhale to the count of 10. If 10 is too much, start with 5. Right? Slowly increase to 10, and then 12, and like that.
Slowly, gradually increase करना है.
That's one.
Okay.
This is one technique. The other one is inhale and hold. Now, for this technique, the louder you inhale, the deeper you inhale, the more sound you make, the better and the deeper you will go. Because the sound of the breath is the sound of your soul. So, and then you hold. And you hold your breath and you tense your body from head to toe. Every part of your body. Now, this will clear two things: muscle memory and biomemory. So our story is not written here. Our story is written in the body. And that's why some of us, our story is such that we cannot move the hand beyond here. Because your story says you cannot go beyond here.
Yeah.
Muscle memory. So your memory is stuck now.
Okay.
But then there is a method where you can bring your hand from here to here. You just need to change your memory.
Yeah.
And how to change the memory? When you start creating heat in your body.
Heat in the body.
That is called tapasya. Tapasya means to activate heat in the body.
Okay.
That will correct your digestive fire. You have to increase the fire in your body. When we are born, we are very hot. And as the breath starts coming in and out, our body starts to cool down. Ultimately, when our body completely cools down, that's called death. Some of us after 80 years, the body cools down. Some of us 40 years. I'm talking about natural death.
Yes, right.
Right? So the whole breath starts coming and cooling your body. Now the yogic science says, start doing tapa. In fact, when Brahma came out of Vishnu's nabi, if you know the story,
Yes.
and the first thing when he was confused, he looked around, what should I do? And the sound came, tapa, tapa,
Tapa.
tapa, tapash. Create heat. Create heat. Because without heat, life cannot start. Even the chicken has to sit on the eggs to create heat. So heat creates, blooms life.
Right.
So there's a yogic science. In fact, yoga also means to activate heat in the body. That's another definition. So you start holding the breath in and you inhale and you hold and you tense your body. When you tense your whole body at the same time, the chances are most of us will only tense this part because this is our main reference.
Yeah.
Make sure your feet is as tense as your hands and your hands as tense as your back and your back is as tense as your skull, and I can go on to every part of the body. So collectively, your whole body, your awareness, your dhyan must be scattered into the whole body. So all the pressure, equally you are tensing the whole body. In the beginning, you may not be able to do it, but with practice, you will be able to do it. As much as you in the head and as much as you in the hand, that much you must be in the feet.
Right.
Because this is whole issue,
Yeah.
right? Ordinarily, if you ask the person what is closer to you, tip of your nose or tip of your nose, tip of your nose or tip of your toe, individuals say tip of the nose.
Nose.
Why? Because in reference to these, this is closer. That looks far. But that is as close to you as your tip of your nose.
Yeah.
So we live a segmented life. So this whole body have to be tense at the same time. And when you tense the whole body, after some time, your heat will start to increase. That is called tapa, tapash.
Right.
That with time will correct your digestive fire. First problem, your digestive fire is not right, problems will start. Jatragni, digestive fire.
Yeah.
Then once you start practicing these more, then after digestive fire, it will activate your intellectual fire. Your intelligence will, your memory will become sharper.
Okay.
As we age, our body starts become cold. That's why we start losing memory. So
Right.
memory is got to do with life. It means heat.
Yeah.
Death means cold,
Cold.
right? So some of us, the hands are always cold, feet are always cold. So this is the problem because we are not in yoga. We are not doing tapa.
Tapa.
So you have to inhale, hold. It will first correct your digestive fire. Then it will correct your intellectual fire. Then it will correct your chit agni.
Chitagni.
Chit agni, your memory, your clarity, your intention, your intuition, your manifestation.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about manifestation. What is
Yes, sir.
manifestation? If you can hold your breath. If you can hold your breath and think about something, immediately manifestation will start happening. So then that is Chittagni, then Yogagni, then Brahmagni. These are the 5 Agnis, which when balanced in the body, gives you cosmic realization. There's a sutra in the Sri Guru Granth. The Guru says, Kal, Jal, Brahmagni Jare. When you are able to hold the breath and you go to that extent where you can manifest the cosmic fire, Kal and Jal, all the bondages in the realm of time and space, and all the unwanted bondages which you create yourself with your thoughts, Jala, they will be burnt. You will be free. So holding the breath and tensing the body, there's a second method. So inhale, hold comfortably,
Okay.
and tense the body, not too much, not too less, just enough. And do this for about 5 minutes to 10 to 11 and ultimately 31 minutes every day. If you can inhale and hold, you can lie down and do this. Now the third one is very important.
Okay.
Standing and shaking the body.
Standing and shaking.
Shaking. The dogs do this
Okay.
after fight. We never do this after quarrel. That's why it stays inside. A dog can let go the quarrel. The next moment he's walking with the same dogs. But we cannot walk with our same family members.
Yeah.
Why? Because we hold the memory, muscle memory. So make sure these 3 things, they're ultimately researched. Inhale, hold, tense the body. And the third one is just stand and just shake the whole body. Shake the whole body. 1 minute, rest. 2 minutes, rest. 3 minutes, rest. Totally with time, 15 to 20 minutes every day. If you can shake in the morning and then shake at night and then go to bed, your sleep will improve, your memory will improve, your life will improve, your karma will improve, your destiny will improve. 3 things I've given you, all tested, time tested, simplified for this time and space.
इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। सो योगी जी, एक नॉर्मल आदमी जो कि अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में फंसा हुआ है, उसके लिए सुनना तो अच्छा लगता है कि हाँ भाई ऐसा करने से मेडिटेशन होती है, आप एक लेवल अचीव कर सकते हो, बट इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम टू फोकस, क्योंकि ध्यान तो आता ही रहता है और वही हमें करना है। बैठे हैं, अरे यार पानी भरा है, मोटर चलानी है, कपड़े धोने हैं, स्कूल जाना है, ऑफिस जाना है, बच्चों को तैयार करना है, ये चलता ही रहता है, क्योंकि वी आर जस्ट ऑल फैमिली एंड एनिमल्स, social animals.
Yeah.
So how can they start?
Yeah, basically you're saying that the constant chattering in the
Yes,
mind,
right, exactly.
right? How to
Yes.
stop that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will do a small experiment on that. Okay. Let's inhale.
Yeah.
Inhale. And exhale. Now exhale more, exhale more, exhale, exhale more, exhale more. Okay. Hold. Exhale completely and hold. Hold, 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 and inhale. Okay, open your eyes. Were you able to think anything else? That's it. Holding the breath out shuts the mind, because this is direct experience of death. You holding the breath out, you cannot think negative. You holding the breath out cannot think more than 3 thoughts. 4th thought will not come to you, because you held the source of thoughts outside. You experiencing maran to pehla mar gaye bahu. Death, there is no thoughts. So holding the breath out,
That is interesting.
is so powerful and so simple. Do this for 15 minutes. Inhale and then exhale. Hold the breath out. After you have completely exhaled, exhale more. Whatever is left inside, that thoughts, story, thoughts means when held inside means emotions. So throw it out. And then maximum 3 thoughts will come. 4th thought will not enter your realm. So doing these every day, your mind will become clear. 15 minutes of this before you start your day, and 15 minutes before you end your day and go to bed. You will be amazed. Nobody has completely dissolved all the thoughts, and we don't want to dissolve all the thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But we want to manage our thoughts.
Yes, right.
Okay, management, life management.
Yeah.
So this is the secret of life management. You need thoughts, but not too many thoughts. So this will only give you 3 thoughts. Where you are having at the blink of the eye, the yogic writing mentions every blink of the eye, there are 1,000 thoughts.
Yeah.
Each time you blink your eye, 1,000 thoughts. Only 1 or 2 come forward, the rest are all being gathered in the storeroom. And they come when you have nothing better to do. So then you just take the source out of the thoughts, which is your breath, throw it out, hold it out, and then just sit. This is the secret and the simple way to hold it. This is called kumbhak. Kumbhak. And the Guru says in the Sri Guru Granth, जब कुंभक भरपूर लीना, जब कुंभक भरपूर लीना तो बाजे अनहद बीना. Your life will become musical if you learn to hold the breath out and hold the breath inside. As long as the life is moving in and out, you also in and out, karma, negative, positive, bad, good, hell, heaven. But then there is a science which helps you to transcend hell and heaven. There's a science which the yogic writing mentions. Kabir, nark swarg te main rahe ho. Nark swarg te main rahe ho. I have transcended hell and heaven. There is a state where you can transcend hell and heaven. And this is the science.
योगी जी, मैं आपका जो सोशल मीडिया रिव्यू कर रहा था, कुछ वीडियोस रिव्यू कर रहा था, मैंने एक चीज़ नोटिस करी कि आपके जो फॉलोअर्स हैं, दे आर मोर लाइक आई कैन से फॉरेनर्स.
हाँ जी.
They are not Indian.
हाँ जी. हाँ
So
जी.
why
So as you know, I was born in India, raised in Singapore, studied in UK, currently in Canada, and traveling all over the world.
all over the world.
And so I have mostly non-Indians, students, Russians, Japanese, Chinese, German, and I can go on, So for the last 2 years, we are trying to bring these teachings to India. For the last 2 years, we have been focusing on, sharing this wisdom in India, and this is one example where we are trying to share.
Yeah, exactly.
So very soon we will be starting workshops, in India as well, in Mohali, in Chandigarh, in Ludhiana, Jalandhar, in Delhi, and many other beautiful cities of India. So yeah, so to stay in touch, you can start following us on our Instagram page, Yogi Amandeep Singh. That's the best way to stay in touch
Yes, right.
with all the expansion and activities that we are planning for India.
So this whole process and the ideology behind that is based on the Guru Nanak Dev Ji or other gurus and their studies or
Yeah.
their all the knowledges that they have created for all the general people.
Hanji.
So other than that, you inspired with some other ideology?
Yeah, so basically the teachings that mostly I share.
Sorry to interrupt you, because I asked this question because I have studied that when I was researching for you, and you have done studied on Sikhism, Buddhism, and other things. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
understand your ideology, your
Yeah.
thought process.
Yeah, so with the grace of the Guru, I had the privilege to, to study almost all the Eastern religions. And as I mentioned, I did a comparative studies. So there's a beauty in all the traditions that, the Himalayan mountains gave birth to.
Yeah.
And so I do share all that as well, meditations and sometimes concepts. Basically, I try to find the similarities that exist in all these traditions instead of seeing the differences. And that's
Yes.
what the main teachings of Guru Nanak was, to find the unity between all of us, that we exist. Ultimately, there is only one Ik Oankar. And so saying that, much of the stuff that I teach, or mostly what I teach, comes from the Udasi lineage, which was started by Baba Sri Chand, who was the elder son of Guru Nanak. He was a great yogi, and he lived up to 152 years, and he never aged. He remained a youthful Bal
152
Jogeshwar.
years.
Yes, he was 152 years old, but he looked like a 16-year-old young boy. So that great yogi, his teachings is known as the Udasin lineage. So along with the Udasin lineage, also the teachings of the Nirmala sadhus, which is the tradition of Guru Gobind Singh. So these are two older traditions of the Sikh path.
Yeah.
And there are many other beautiful traditions. There are also Nihangs, there's also Seva Panthis, there's also Taksals. So these are different sub-lineages in that wider path of Guru Nanak. Because multiplicity is beautiful.
Yeah.
The problem is today we are trying to put everybody into one line. So whoever you are, whatever you are, as long as you have love for the divine, you are accepted in the house of the Guru.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
so beautiful, beautifully explained.
Thank you.
Yogi, as we are moving towards the end of this podcast, because it's been a great journey. Last 1.5 hours is like a mesmerizing moments. So, what kind of message you want to give to our viewers? That is the most important part.
Yes.
And what they should not do instead of what they should do.
I think I will focus on what they should do instead of what they should not do.
Okay.
So what they should do, as we started our whole podcast today, is spine straight.
Yes, right.
As much as you can, even when you're seeing TV, spine straight, you're driving, spine straight, you're having a conversation, spine straight. Within 3 months, you will see a difference. Really, it is that simple. ਬਹੁਤੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਿਰਦ ਵਜੀਫਿਆਂ ਦੀ, ਨਹੀਂ ਲੰਮੀਆਂ ਨਮਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਇੱਥੇ, ਨੱਚਣਾ ਵੀ ਇਬਾਦਤ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੀ, ਪਰ ਨੱਚਣ ਦਾ ਜੇ ਛੱਜ ਹੋਵੇ, ਸਿੱਖ ਚੱਜ ਕੋਈ ਯਾਰ ਮਨਾਵਨ ਦਾ. So these are simple techniques, and always simple things. Truth is always simple. That which is complicated is your mind. So first, spine straight, as much as you can. Whenever you remember, spine straight. Second, start holding the breath inside, or start holding the breath outside. Also, start holding breath inside and outside. These are two simple things. If you start doing these within 3 to 6 months, because ordinarily it takes 3 months to change the whole chemistry of the body, the whole design of the body, the whole, the memory of the body. the signature of the body. It takes 3 months. You have to do it constantly, even at least for 20 minutes every day. If that is too much, start with 5 minutes. This is simple.
Nice.
Yeah.
And one last question, as we are just closing this podcast now. The time when you started your journey
Mhm.
as a Yogi Amandeep, Yogi Amandeep Singh,
Mhm.
and now, what do you feel the difference, like that Amandeep and that is today's Amandeep?
Yeah.
So is something like कि उस टाइम पे जो दिमाग में था वो अभी भी सेम ही चीज कंसेप्ट है, या you also evolve with the time? And
I think I'm more alive now.
okay,
I'm more alive. I'm experiencing life more deeply than I used to in those days. Simple. I will not go into deep. I saw that vision and I saw that and all that. That becomes too much. All that mostly is hallucination. But it makes you, dharma makes you alive.
dharma makes us
Alive and available. Yeah, you're just in the moment. Problems come. You don't hold on to them. You can hold on for 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. If you're holding on to your problem more than 24 hours, you're still in the realm of karma.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So letting go of your problems. Another thing that has become experience is big problems have become small problems. This is a very powerful sutra. Big problems become small problems. Problems don't go away. Problems cannot go away. It can be your mental issues, it can be your emotions or whatever, internal and external. Problems will remain, but how fast you can let go, that decides how deeply you have entered dharma. So these are the two things that have been experienced.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well said. One more question comes in my mind is, when we start talking about the spirituality, we go attain certain level, we start looking for places where there is quiet, people are not traveling or not connecting with you too often.
Mhm.
So why it happens? Is it like we are doing it purposefully, or it is just automatically comes in mind that we should go at
Yeah.
this kind of places?
Yeah. So there are certain places, this does help in the beginning.
Okay.
And I do suggest in the beginning, find some place where someone else before you have set and attained.
Okay.
Find some place. It can be a temple, it can be a hill, it can be under a tree. Because all these places, because somebody have attained, the energy and the frequency of that place has changed. That place has become activated. Wherever an individual have set and dropped his or her story, wherever an individual have set and dropped his or her story, that is called tirath. That's a tirath. For some of us, you can find it on the banks of Ganga, and for some of you, maybe in the beautiful sacred site of the Golden Temple.
Right.
Some of you may be under a tree, the Bodhi tree, for example.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, all these places will help you. But as you grow, the grace of these sacred places, something in you will start to change, and then you will realize the Golden Temple is within, the Bodhi tree is within, and the Ganga is within. So in the beginning, I heavily suggest people go to these places, sit, and try to touch that point, because of the frequency of that place has changed. Every place has a frequency. If you enter a location where somebody murdered someone, you can feel it. If somebody have meditated, you can feel it. So our sensitivity increase as we meditate. First of all, as you meditate, your sensory space expands. Sensory space. Then your sensitive space opens up. Sensory space and then sensitive space. So these are different spaces that exist. Just like, cockroaches, they have the feelers.
Yeah.
And they can fill the space. So like that, our antennas become active. as we become spiritual, as we awaken to our energies, our auric field can feel senses, feel energy around us. So our aura becomes a shield. It can tell us if this place is good or not good. Opens the sensory space, then opens up the sensitive space, then it opens up the sacred space. When sacred space is opened, then all places become sacred. मैं जिस थां मत्था टेक दियां, मैं जिस थां मत्था टेक दियां, वो तेरा द्वारा हो जांदा. That is the sacred space. Until that has not been attained, sensitive space and sensory space, it is good idea to seek them and to sit. Or you can create the sensory and the sensitive space in your house. Have a special location where you only go there to meditate. That will also create the sensitive and the sacred, sensory space in your house, and ultimately sacred space.
Yeah. हाँ, योगी जी, आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Thank you.
हमने बहुत डिटेल इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली है.
Thank you.
और आई होप कि हमारे जो व्यूअर्स इसको पसंद करेंगे. सो दिस इज अ टोटली डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, नॉलेज.
Thank you.
एंड बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Thank you, ji. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thanks
And
a
may
lot.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj bless you and all the listeners with all the health, the wealth, and the prosperity, and the highest gift, and that is the gift of Naam, the gift of Shabad. Satnam.
सतना.
Blessings.